I welcome you to another Friday tonic. Wow! Today is the last Friday in September and also the last day in September. By tomorrow, we will start October. And then when we count October, November, December, just 3 months to the end of the year. We praise God for His grace, for His favor, for His mercy. I welcome you to my channel Learnwithjoes. My name is Josephine. I am your digital professor, your online educator. Tuesday, I teach core courses in philosophy of religion, theology, and religion proper. And Fridays like this, I start your weekend with what I call Friday tonic, serving it to you. If you want it hot, good. If you want it cold, if you want it but sweet, I speak on crucial issues that are very important, honestly, very important to our lives as parents, as guidance, as caregivers, and even for ourselves and for our families. Last Friday, precisely on Friday 23rd, I spoke on types and effects of child abuse. I'm ending that talk on child abuse today by speaking on the 10 reasons why children do not disclose about their abuse and 7 strategies we could use to help the victims. I'm also giving you like 6 key points to take back to enjoy, to be able to help victims of child abuse. Please do not say, oh, it's something far from me, I will not experience it. Child abuse is global. It happens everywhere in the whole world, the whole universe. Parents, guidance, and caregivers and teachers just need to be very, very observant. And like I said last Friday, the 4 types of abuse that we have are physical abuse, emotional abuse, sexual abuse, and neglect. They are all forms of maltreatment. Any kind of maltreatment is an abuse. Apart from physical abuse, that is non-accidental. I mean, when an accident happens to a child, maybe when playing and falls down, you can see bruises. But physical abuse is non-accidental. And you can see the bruises, the wounds, the lacerations on that child for you to notice this particular child is being maltreated. But other types of abuse like emotional, sexual, and neglect, you might not see the physical manifestation of this abuse, but they all have long-term psychological effects and social effects on the victims. They all have. So let's join Learnwithjoes before I continue. You are welcome back. I don't want us to be talking offhand on these 10 reasons the children will not disclose or the 7 strategies we could use. I've put it as a presentation on a PowerPoint for you so that you can follow me as I say it, or you can note it down as I say it. But honestly, I want us parents, grandparents, guardians, caregivers, teachers to be very, very aware that child abuse is real, is global. So many children, almost 1 million children all over the world, or even more, are affected by child abuse. So give me a second while I share with you my PowerPoint presentation. But if you are joining me for the first time, my name is Josephine, and I am your digital professor. 10 reasons children don't disclose abuse and 7 strategies for helping the victims. The first reason is keep it secret. An abuser, we always put that fear in them by telling them, keep it a secret. And because they say that, they will keep it secret. They won't tell anybody. The second, threats. Taking away their privileges. You know, children, they love privileges. If an abuser is a parent, or is a caregiver, somebody they live with, or somebody they know can take away their privileges, and they say, if you tell anybody, I'm going to take away your privileges. That threat will not let them disclose the abuse. Fear. They're scared of the abusers. And you can see them being anxious. When they are around the abuser, if you notice very well, you observe very well, you will see they will be very, very anxious because they're scared of the abusers. So because of that fear, they will not disclose. Love. And love, you might be, surprisingly, love accounts for 90%. Because abusers are not strangers. Most times, the abusers are not strangers. They're family members, their relations, people close to these children. And because they love them, at times they don't even know. They think what that person is doing is showing love to them, or that's the way, or because they are the one who is bad behaved. That's why they are getting it back like that. So love will not make them disclose it. And the fifth one, no one will believe you. You know, they tell the child, look, no one is going to believe you. Even if you tell anybody, they won't believe it. Especially for those who are sexually abused. They tell them, no one will believe you if you say it. The sixth reason, play the blame game. They play the blame game that you cause it. It's because you cause it. That's why I'm doing it. I'm burying you because you did something wrong. I'm rejecting you because you're a bad child. I don't even want you. I don't want your pregnancy. I don't want anything. Your father is bad. Your mommy is bad. That kind of thing. Emotional. Neglect. I don't have it. I can't give it to you. I can't feed you. I can't take care of you. Or kind of anything. Play game to let the child think they are also at fault. The seventh reason, get in trouble. If you tell anyone, you get more in trouble. You want more? For physical abuse, you get in trouble, I will beat you more. I will burn you. I will eat you. I will kick you. That kind of thing. So they don't want to get into trouble anymore. Grooming. Some abusers come in the clone or clone themselves as like angels. Well, I'm grooming you. Especially when it comes to sexual abuse. I'm grooming you. This is the way it should be. So that when you will get used to doing it, it's enjoyable, don't you see? Just lie there, let me do it for you, and then okay, you to touch my own. Do you like it? Grooming, especially those ones who are exposed, children that are exposed to pornography. Or, I mean, they've been watching the movies, that's why parents has to be very careful and guide your children to know what they look at on social media or what they see on television or that kind of movie you expose them to. Some parents do not care when they are watching all this kind of movie that have nudity and things like that with body parts displayed. They allow little children to watch with them. And it's like you are grooming them for that kind of thing. Honestly, let me tell a little story here. When we are talking about like grooming, there's this family of two doctors. The dad is doctor, the mom is doctor, and both of them are very busy. They're on call most of the time. If they're not on night call, they're on day call, so they don't have time for their two children, a boy and a girl. At that time, they were even in the secondary school. But they have this so-called maid, or if you don't call it maid, we call nanny, that they pay good amount to help them take care of the children. This nanny, let me use the word nanny. I don't want to use the word maid. In some countries like Africa, they say maid, but this is a nanny. They pay this nanny well. She comes and she even has a room there within the house. I mean, they're highly paid, they have very full home. But when they're not there, this nanny will put on pornography movies and let the children watch with her. And after watching with her, we take the male, the boy, and practice with the boy. With the girl, we won't watch it. We say, okay, you two, you can watch us, you can do it. And the boy got used to having this sexual intimacy with the nanny, and from there to the sister. All this, the parents don't know anything. They are not observant at all. They just say, okay, we are providing a lot for you. We go to work so that we can keep the family very happy. Later, when the nanny brings her own boyfriend and lock herself in the room in that same house, and they know what's happening, enjoying herself with the boyfriend, I'm friend from outside. This brother and sister, while they put on this porno that already the movie is there, they watch, the two of them, the brother and sister, will be practicing on themselves, doing it together, incest. And they were on this until that girl got pregnant for the brother. The sister got pregnant for the brother. They didn't know. It was then. He dawned on the brother, where did you, where? Ask the nanny, they don't go out, I'm with them, and they said, how come? He didn't know what to do in order not to disgrace them and things like that. They thought the girl is lying. The girl will not tell that it is brother. They thought maybe somebody from the school and she wouldn't tell anyway. They procured an abortion for her. First time. But the deed has been done. They continue. Even when they had to sack the nanny because they said it was negligent, it was not doing what it was well, and they are grown up enough. They are grown up enough, they can take care of themselves when they come back from school. They have their food in the fridge, they can microwave it themselves, read your book and enjoy until one of us come home and things like that. That gave them enough room. Now there's even nobody watching over them. They had a free day, enjoying themselves sexually, the brother and sister. The girl got pregnant second time for the brother. This time they were serious. What happened? What happened? How? It was there the truth came out. They realized that the brother and the sister have been sleeping with themselves. They now thought, okay, what can we do? They procure another abortion? How do we say that our daughter is pregnant for our son? They took them for counseling in the church. They thought that we changed it. But these people, they've been doing it for years. They are used to it. And they persisted. She got pregnant the third time. They advised against that abortion or whatever. But what can they do now? Anyway, let me cut it short. They lost their daughter to death. And their son became depressed. Seriously depressed. Took to drugs. Alcoholic. And all sorts. And one day, they got home just to find it that he has committed suicide, hanged himself and died. That's how they lost their two children. To lack of observation. No matter how busy you are as parents, don't be too busy to be around your children. When you go and come back, you talk to them, check on them, look on them. If you have to have a hidden camera in your house or something like that. So, grooming. I started that with grooming because it was that nanny that groomed them, those children, to become what they became, and the loss of that. Dissociation is another reason they don't want to disclose. The shame. How do I say this? How do I tell anyone that I'm sexually abused? How do I tell anyone that I'm emotionally abused? Would they even believe me? Now let me come to 7 strategies for helping victims. The first one, always take the victim seriously. It's important. When any child comes to you to say something to you, please, parents, guardians, caregivers, listen attentively, carefully. Take them seriously. Don't be flippant about it. Oh, you have something to tell me? Okay, be serious and listen carefully, listen attentively to that child. If possible, record that conversation or have another adult to witness what you are hearing. And don't overreact. Be calm. Be respectful. You know what I mean? You're an adult, yeah, but be respectful to the child by listening carefully. Show that you are serious with it so that the child can trust you enough to tell you all. The 5th one, interact, nurture, and comfort that child. Drag the child near to you. Get to the eye level with that child. Comfort that child. And then ask open-ended questions. Not did they hurt you or something like that, but how did they hurt you? That's an open-ended question. And in that kind of questions, you get more information from that child. And the seventh one, report that abuse to the appropriate authority. If you can take action yourself, take immediate action. But if you need to, report. Every continent, every country in the world, they have their own appropriate authority for reporting cases of abuse, physical abuse, emotional abuse, sexual abuse, neglect, all forms of maltreatment. In some countries, they have agency for it. In some countries, it's the police. In some countries, it's child care, or what we call ministry, that deal with social welfare. Report to the abuse to the appropriate authority. And now I want to give you some 5 key points to take up from. These key points will help you and will help the victims. 1. Make good observations of children's behavior, actions, and interaction. You know, child abuse leaves a long time psychological and social effects of the victims. And you could easily detect when a child is being abused by being observant, because you know that child behavior before. When the abuse starts, you will see the difference in the child behavior, in the child actions to others or to you, and even their interaction with peers or with others. So make good observations of this. Second, get to know your children so you can tell if something is wrong. Be a friend to your child. Do not just be a mother. Do not just be a father. Get to be a friend they could trust, a trusted friend they can open up to, they can talk, and they can say anything to. Third, if possible, be detailed on facts and not feelings. You start with a feeling. I have a feeling, so this child is being abused of someone. If you need to take down notes on daily on that child, be detailed, be writing down, be jotting down the kind of changes, the kind of things you are noticing that will help you tally together to get to a right conclusion. In case of hyperactive or extremely aggressive behavior as a result of that abuse, please do not respond with anger or frustration. Instead, respond to your children calmly and responsibly, positively. Because at times that leads to hyperactive and extremely aggressive behavior from the child. Please do not respond with anger or frustration. I know it could cause frustration, but do not. Be calm. And the fifth one, attempt to redirect the actions to a creative activity. Because by redirecting the action, definitely you will be helping them. So we have come to the end of another Friday tonic, especially for the last Friday in September, and the last day is September. Honestly, we all love Fridays. For children, they love Fridays because there's no school on Saturday and Sunday. For adults too, they have weekend. If you are not working on Saturday and Sunday, it's time for you to relax, to watch that lovely movie you've been wanting to watch. So I want you to thank you, my subscribers, my viewers, for staying with me since December 14, 2021 to September 30, 2022. I love you all. And if you have not subscribed, please kindly subscribe to my channel. Encourage me to be able to be better. And I need your comments. Your comments help me to do better. It's an encouragement. I love you all. Thanks so much.